You know what? I think it's time. Time for some Hearts of Iron 4 change. You see, I'm guilty of it. When I play Hoi 4, usually I just do the same old strats. A whole bunch of infantry, a whole bunch of air. But there's a lot of technology in this game, a lot of different units you can build, but for the most part, you never really do them because they're a bit out the way and a bit of a bother. But not little old today. You see, we've done similar videos like this in the past, but I thought after the dust has settled, now with all these special projects being in the game, we could have a look at some of the ones you never really bothered doing. On top of that, we could also go ahead and make use of some of the vanilla tech that's still in the game. The Paradox really wants you to do, but you just never do. Okay, so to do what we have to do, we are going to have to build a ton of research facilities everywhere over this damn map. Now, I'm probably not going to bother with actually doing nukes today because nukes do actually get quite a bit of use, even if it's not so much as they probably did before, because there's a bit more work to getting nukes and then using them nowadays. But there is some technology in the nuclear facilities we can get that I will try to attempt to use. All right, so we're still going to have the basis of our army be pretty normal. We'll have infantry and stuff like that, but the main attacking force that we're going to be using, same with the Navy, is going to be from all this stupid stuff nobody bothers doing. Oh yeah, we're also doing it as the US. I think there's no better nation to really do it as than the US for the simple fact, obviously you get to fight in Europe and in Asia, both land, sea, and wheelchair. Okay, I don't think I've willingly ever even produced a midget submarine before, so I guess we'll get started with midget submarines. Okay, one of our options here for this damn midget submarine is a bit less prone to explode. Bit longer range, bit stealthier, doesn't explode as much. We're gonna go with stealthier, by the way. Okay, so we are gonna have to research a whole bunch of stuff ahead of time just so that we can even get a chance to use this damn stuff on the battlefield before everything's wrapped up. Because unsurprisingly, a lot of the special projects people don't use are just the ones that are super late game, that are really, by the time you got them, there's just no real point, you know? And I guess we'll get a few armored cars too. Ooh, okay, let's have a little look at the midget submarine. What can we sure can't do a lot with the midget submarine. I mean, it ain't horrendous. It's super cheap, and the subvisibility on it isn't too bad, and it can get lower from our MIO, so we'll get a whole bunch of these, I guess. Oh man, here's the benefit though. Look how quick they are to churn out. We're essentially just making an underwater like automobile. We've got an SUV with torpedo tubes on it. I'm assuming the range is, oh god, it's bad. Oh, it's so bad. Oh boy, I don't even know what to do with these. This is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I mean, we can just throw them around the Philippines, I guess. I was going up to 1939 right now. All we've really managed to produce and make a move on is these 113 midget submarines. What are we gonna do with these, huh? Oh, I have all the special project research centers that I will ever need down though, and I've already got a whole bunch of points saved up in air, which is going to be the next thing we're going to build as soon as we get the new improved large airframe. All right, and as soon as we get one more point in our naval as well, we're going to do Project Habakkuk and get the ice aircraft carrier too. Again, there's a reason a lot of this tech never gets used. 1,404 days to get this thing. I mean, hopefully Japan still exists by the time it's around. Okay, here we go. We've got 6 points, actually 6 breakthroughs in air right now. So we're going to start on the mothership. That's going to be our fighter. And then we're also going to get the intercontinental bomber as well. I don't think we're going to be seeing these for a long time, but they will be in production. Okay, I am also just going to straight up convert my midget submarines, even though it's probably not worth it realistically. But with the MIO, we can get max range upgrades on them. So just even a little bit would help quite a bit. I mean, actually, it's 100% worth it because it's quite literally instantaneous for those for them to get upgraded. Look at that. Just, there you go, done. Okay, what up next? What are we doing with these damn armored cars? What can we cuck up in our brain here? What am I doing here? This sucks. Whatever, we'll go with this for now. We're gonna have to change doctrine though, because that org is horrendous. Now, I've got nothing in this land warfare facility either, and obviously that's going to be a little bit of work to get going, but I do want to aim for the super heavy railway gun, which isn't bad. It's just kind of a bit out of the way to get. And of course, we need to get the super heavy tank, which is super hard for us to get right now, but I'm working my way down because obviously I'm going to throw a super heavy tank into these armored cars, and that will fix everything. Okay, there you go. Things have kicked off in Europe. That means that we have no time really left to prepare. I do believe the Midget submarine, so will make a giant difference to Japan. In fact, you know what? We're just going to do like 10 more of each, and we're going to start producing them because we're going to move on to something else as soon as I have it unlocked. Ooh, okay, good news is 260 days until we have the mothership aircraft. That's going to be good because, again, they're really good. They're just a bit of a pain to deploy, which we'll show later, but as soon as we have that, we'll actually get some air, which is what we really need, I think, to stave off the Japanese here. Okay, now what do we do next with our little air points here? We could get rocket interceptors. Nobody uses them, but we already know they're terrible, and we have mothership airships anyway, so there's real no point for us to even get them. But something that we could get later on, with the jet engine being unlocked, is definitely something no one ever uses because usually you get it in the 50s. Okay, finally, we can now go ahead and produce some planes. These things are a little finicky in a lot of ways, but for us, they are going to do the job perfectly. Oh, you know what? It also means I have something to produce that isn't just armored cars. Was kind of just throwing a lot of stuff down there for no reason. Okay, one thing we've now unlocked is fleet submarines. These are a better, upgraded version of a cruiser submarine. They used to be a lot better on release. I got it damn wrong because you could get them immediately, but now you need to get sub-3 to research them. I'm going to start producing them anyway. I don't actually have anything to put on them, which is the weird thing, but we'll use a few of these. I'm not going to have more than one line on them, though, because we already have our army of midget submarines. So I guess we'll just use the midget submarines to garrison the Philippines and the seas around it. Hopefully we'll get doing something. We've also got our great armored car battalions, which is missing quite a bit of equipment in them, I won't lie, garrisoning over here too, and I'm sure they'll do a great job. So yeah, if you've never used mothership aircraft before, they are in 10 stacks, which makes them a little bit finicky to deploy and keep track of, especially if they're all over the map. So I definitely am just going to recommend making sure you attach them to your army so you don't have to find them after. I realized something really annoying, actually. How am I going to naval invade Japan with armored cars and motorized? I'm actually going to have to go make an amphibious tank, aren't I? Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Well, here it comes. See you guys in 720 days if we get lucky. Honestly, favorite thing about the motherships, though, is just look at the range on that. Pretty damn cool. Okay, I'd say moment of truth here, but it's not really moment of truth because we can't really do anything today, can we? Oh, you know what? We do get to see what the midget submarines get up to. You know, the one thing I'm noticing they're pretty useful at is immediately spotting those Japanese navies so our navy can go out and go smack them. Oh, you know what? Shout out to those brave midget submarines out there. I think we've just put a huge dent in the Japanese navy there. I mean, they've still got a lot, but we also just destroyed a lot. Yeah, funny thing is, I don't think we've even really lost any at all here. Let me just double check on that, though. We've lost 2 midget submarines. That is it. Oh, you know what? I'm actually impressed. You know what? We're just going to Hail Mary into Taiwan here and see if we can get lucky with a naval invasion. I was just wondering, okay, can I put like an amphibious drive on a heavy tank? Okay. Hear me out. Okay, the amphibious heavy tank will be ready, I'm hoping, for Europe. Probably won't get enough time for it to be produced for Japan, but, you know, I'm sure the armored cars have this covered, am I right? Oh, you know, Japanese submarines finally appeared, but they have nothing on Taiwan, so we're good. You know what, before I get ahead of myself with naval invasions here, why don't I try actually go help out in Thailand? You know what, I'll tell you what, these things are pretty damn speedy. They are essentially just motorized with a very weak, light tank, so they shouldn't be theoretically too bad, but I wasn't expecting them to be this damn fast, to be fair. They are very good. So a little bit of a problem with the armored cars. Pretty susceptible to attrition. Just sitting here, we've lost all of the armored cars. Okay, so we kind of got the option of what we want to do now with these armored car divisions, and considering there's no armored cars left in them. We should probably figure something else out. Okay, for now, we'll just convert it straight into a motorized and put the armored cars in the support. And even then, actually, we still won't really be fixed here because now we just have the same problem, but with motorized. Oh, and good news. Finally finished with the ice carriers. Now, these do have a bit of a gimmick, which is why I actually even bothered researching them, because realistically, don't need them for a navy, but you can do something with them. Okay, so the gimmick with the ice carriers is we can actually just put any plane we want on them. So technically, if we wanted to throw our motherships on there, we could. And now we have a mobile platform to launch them wherever we want. It wouldn't be too useful for fighters specifically, but for bombers, we could get up to a little bit of trickery. And I did finally just go ahead and get myself the intercontinental bomber, which, to be fair, doesn't actually even need the range anyway, but I guess it's funny to combine them. Okay, so if you don't know, intercontinental bombers have one hell of a range, and now it's even larger because these are portable. I can just set them to do not engage as well. Hopefully the enemy doesn't come and find them. Park them in a pretty safe tile like over here, and just have full range to do whatever the hell I want. Okay, well, after about 5 damn years of production here, I can now afford to put 3 little armored cars into my unit. And that's about it before I bankrupt myself. Oh, and I guess if I haven't shown it, by the way, the mothership aircraft, very, very good. Okay, question is, I just got nukes. Can I actually use one of my intercontinental bombers from the aircraft carrier to actually launch a raid? Oh no, I don't think I can. Maybe if I actually try on land, that'll count? Or can you just not use intercontinental bombers for this? Okay, no, I think I just genuinely actually need to use, strategic bombers. These aren't good enough, apparently. Well, not only, I think because all the Midget submarine raiding, there's nothing on the Japanese island, so we should actually be good just to get a landing here. I don't think we'll get that lucky with the Germans, though, so I still have my plan here, which is going to be the amphibious tractors and heavy tank amphibious heavy tank combination. Okay, since they're getting quite a move on over in Europe, I should probably also get a move on in Asia and just try and finish off Japan. I don't know if these guys are going to land. Hopefully they do. I've also just packed up our ice aircraft carriers with CAS so that technically I do have range. The only real way we can think about getting a naval invasion with motorized armored cars is just to overwhelm the ports. You know, because this is essentially just motorized and armored cars. We can get a pretty damn nice breakthrough here just on the speed alone. Oh yeah, just look at them go. There is no coming back from that one for Japan. Oh, here comes the painful realization that I now need to actually go ahead, redeploy everything over to Europe. Oh my god, look at them go. Okay, realistically, how many of these Midget submarines would actually make this journey? Okay, we just park our ice submarines right there and get ourselves some nice range. On the entire world. I mean, we don't really have to worry about air supremacy either because the motherships can also just get full range from Northern England. Sadly, I don't think the amphibious heavy tanks, which I only just got damn finished, are actually going to do much here, but you know what? I will use them. I will find somewhere to land. All right, I say we blast right on into Hamburg here, and then we launch all the armored cars in and just go crazy. I've been wanting to use a super heavy railway gun for so long. Sure, 9 days away, but I think it's a bit too late, really. Oh my god, the British just stole my thunder. The damn tanks just got here too. You had to do it to me, huh? Oh, you know what? Just at the very last minute, I guess we'll get our railway gun over to Europe as well. Ooh, British are getting pushed out. Our moment to strike. It might be coming back to us. Okay, I do also have land cruisers researched. I'm not going to put them on the tanks until they've managed to land because this will just absolutely destroy all their stats. It's going to destroy all of their stats anyway, but we'll wait. Okay, well, you know what? The naval invasion tank's pointless because they have nothing to fight upon naval invading, which is probably best anyway because I didn't have time to actually train them. There you go. Have fun with the land cruiser, a thing I quite literally never use. Guys, well, we can also go ahead and actually change the picture on it too, so might as well. There you go. Look at them go. All right, armored cars have arrived. Fly, my pretties, fly. Look at them go. Woo! Okay, now whilst I do think it's a very suboptimal way to play, and trying to use all of this tech at once in one playthrough is definitely not it, but you know, it actually is pretty fun and does show that even if you are playing pretty suboptimally, you can use some of this goofy technology. Do I 100% recommend it? No. Do I maybe from now on take a different approach to playing the game and try and work in some of this tech every game? Potentially. I think, you know, it could be a little bit of a meme. I do actually kind of like the ice carriers in a way, just for that portable cast, especially for dealing with Japan. But, you know, realistically, the better way of doing about it is just getting some tack bombers and a bit of extra range, and you'll be able to cast them from wherever the hell you want anyway. But, you know, sure, in the same way, you could also have a little bit of fun with intercontinental bombers. You know, one thing these ice carriers could actually do and be really good at, because you could just put bombers on them, you could actually just make some strat bombers with some pretty shorter range, but have absolutely insane air defense, and actually probably do a lot more damage, because obviously you don't have to worry about getting shot down. I was wondering why the game hadn't ended there. Apparently got to go deal with the Congo. Oh shucks, there goes a peace conference. Just as I brought over the mobile vehicle of destruction. Oh, you know what? It's definitely, like I said, not the optimal way to play Hoi 4, but I think from now on, I'm going to try work in a few of these technologies to have a bit of fun with. There are a few that I definitely wouldn't bother with again, like the Midget submarines. Those ones I think I'll definitely forget about very quickly. The ice carriers, I wish I could use them more, but they take so damn long to get going that probably not going to make any of those again, but I'll try. The motherships, again, really good. The only reason you don't really use them is because they're kind of locked away. Again, super late. You can get them really early though if you do rush down to actually get your improved large airframes. But I can definitely think of a few memes you could really use these with, so I will try and go for them a couple more times at a few games, maybe in a little achievement ones potentially. The only thing I can think of that I really didn't like, obviously, was the Midget submarines on the armored cars as well. Although, you know, the armored cars in a motorized division aren't that bad. It's a little bit of extra armor. If you are going to use motorized, you might as well get them because they are pretty cheap as long as you don't put too much in there. Well, there you go. That was beating Hoi 4 using some of the worst tech in the game. I think on the Slop channel at some point I'm going to do a tier list of all the technologies, especially the ones from Got It Damn Wrong at some point. So if you don't follow the Slop channel, maybe now's the time to go do it. But until next time, Timmies, goodbye.